Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and you're watching the Joe Boo Sports Report. First things first, you know Joe Boo needs a refill. Somehow I'm not sure if he's drinking it all or if I'm just stealing it from him, but either way, he needs that refill. Now, I've told you guys some of the background about me and Joe Boo. I know some of you out there thinks it's really ridiculous, but you're watching me because of Joe Boo, and a lot of great things have happened because of Joe Boo, or at least I like to think so. Now, in all the games that we've gone to, me and Joe Boo, there's only been one that we didn't win. Now, what's interesting is this. See this flask right here? RG Venezuela gave this to me, and it's my Dallas Cowboy flask. We ended up taking it into AT&T Stadium. The security lady said, "Sorry, buddy, that's not going in." I said, "Look, I'll dump out the rum. It's empty." She said, "Don't take it to your car or throw it in the trash." Well, I wasn't going to throw it in the trash. I mean, this is Joe Boo's, flask. I couldn't throw it away, so I took it back to the car. But I told that lady, I said, "Look, if the Dallas Cowboys lose, it's on you because Joe Boo didn't have his rum. He's got to have his rum, his cigar, and his chicken wings in order to win." And of course, we lost that game to the Redskins, as well as Tony Romo getting hurt. So what I ended up doing, I ended up getting this custom made for Joe Boo. Now, this can go around his neck, right up underneath his jersey. Nobody will ever know. So we've got Mojo, and we've got Cowboy Joe Boo. So we'll put rum in one, and we'll put Texas Silver Star whiskey in the other one. So that way, we've got plenty of mojo to go around. Okay, so since we're only a few days away from the start of the season, I want to talk about our division. And today I'm going to talk about our defenses. Now, the ESPN experts will tell you that the Dallas Cowboys defense is suspect, that they can't win because of the defense. Yeah, well, okay. Tell it to somebody who cares. But a lot of times what happens with them is they'll get something with the Dallas Cowboys and they will keep it forever. And that was true in 2013. Our defense stuck. We were historically bad. However, after losing Sean Lee to injury, after losing DeMarcus Ware to Denver, after losing Hatcher to the Washington Redskins, that defense went from 32nd to 19th. Kind of interesting. So anyway, let's go back to last year. We'll start out with the New York Giants. That New York Giants team stunk on defense, okay? They were 32nd. They gave up 420 yards a game, which is pretty pathetic when you think that their offense was ranked 8th and ended up keeping the ball a lot, and they still gave up that much. Now, so what did they do? They decided to go out and sign a whole bunch of big-name free agents. Of course, we know that always works. Right, Redskins? Or how about with Andy Reid? We'll use them as an example. After going to the playoffs 4 years in a row, Andy Reid decided, we're going to build the dream team. They went out, signed all kinds of free agents, and guess what? He got fired, and his butt went to Kansas City. So the dream team turned into a nightmare. Well, Chip Kelly decided he knows best. So he got rid of all his Pro Bowl players, and he decided to go ahead and bring in his dream team too. The nightmare continues, and his butt went to San Francisco. Now, we could also talk about the Redskins with some of their great free agent signings like Albert Haynesworth or Bruce Smith or even Deion Sanders after Deion Sanders was no longer Deion Sanders. So I'm not looking for that New York Giant team to go ahead and go up much. Next, we got the the Eagles. Well, they're better than the Giants, without a doubt. I mean, they ended up giving up only 401 yards a game and being 30th ranked. Now, you might say, well, that's kind of skewed because Chip Kelly ended up doing that fast-paced offense, so the defense was on the field a lot. Well, okay, we'll give them that, but they still stunk. Okay. Next, we have our division champion, Washington Redskins. Yes, the Washington Redskins. They were definitely a lot better than the New York Giants and definitely better than the Philadelphia Eagles. They were 28th, giving up 381 yards a game. Still better than the other two, but still not that great a defense. Now, they decided they're going to go ahead and hire this guy.
A big mouth! A big mouth!
Yeah. Good old Josh Norman, who can't keep his mouth shut, paying him $75 million. Well, I think he's going to go the way of like Nnamdi personally, but that's just me. Which brings us to our Dallas Cowboys, the team that they tell you is suspect, the team they say stinks on defense. Well, here's what's interesting. The Dallas Cowboys offense did nothing to help them out last year, but somehow that defense went from 19th to 17th. Yeah, you're going to say big deal. So the middle of the pack defense. Well, let's take this into consideration. Would you believe that 11 of the games they played last year were against teams with the offense 13th or higher? Let me say that again. 11 of the games they played were against teams whose offense were ranked 13th or higher. And 3 of those games were teams that against top 5. So they didn't play like the little sisters of the poor. They played the cream of the crop in the NFL. They didn't have an offense that could actually keep the ball, yet that defense actually got better, giving up only 348 yards a game. Now, the biggest problem, of course, they had was not getting turnovers. Well, sometimes it's just how the ball bounces. I mean, you don't go from second last year to 28th, and that you just forgot how to get turnovers. It just works out sometimes that way. Now, I look for that defense to be definitely a lot better. And believe it or not, that defensive backfield that we had last year was ranked 6th in the NFL in pass defense. Say again, 6th in pass defense. And that's without Orlando Scandrick, and that's with Byron Jones flip-flopping from cornerback to safety as a rookie. Now, I look for that defensive backfield to be a lot better. One, Byron Jones is going to stay at safety. Okay, so he's going to be able to have a year behind him. He's going to be at the same position. He's going to be learning the nuances. Orlando Scandrick is back. And if he's anything like the player he was our best pass defender in 2014. That's going to be major. And Morris Claiborne, and believe it, I can't believe I'm the one that's saying this, but he has made it through a whole training camp healthy for the first time, and he has looked good. And I think he's about to make a major step forward. So, that's how I see our division as far as the defense goes. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong or to contradict me, because I know there will be a few trolls out there that will tell me that I am just stupid, an idiot with the voodoo doll. But you can't argue with the numbers. I'm Mark Holmes. It's Cowboy Joe Boo. And get your Dallas Cowboy refill with the Joe Boo Report. Thanks for watching, and be sure to click subscribe.